Welcome back. Well, we are at lesson number 5. And today's lesson is discover and express your gifts. How have you been doing? I hope you've been doing great. And I hope you've done your homework, because I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to actually do the work, right? You can't take your power back if you're not doing any kind of work. So, if you have any problems, any comments, any difficulty whatsoever, please contact me. Either through Facebook, by email, or even a phone call. So today is all about discovering and expressing your gifts. Number 1 is, what are your talents? Do you do things that come naturally to you? For example, cooking, knitting, encouraging other people. Maybe math is a talent that you have. You can tutor other people. Here I am again with my nose so itchy. What are your talents? You probably have not taken the time to figure this out. And maybe your self-esteem has been so low that you believe that you have no such talents. I know that was the case for me. I thought I had no talents whatsoever. But that is not true. I have many, many talents. What are people telling you that you're good at? That's another way of figuring out what your talents are, what you're good at. Do you have people in your life that say something like, oh, you're so good at that. I wish I could do that. Write those things down. What do you feel passionate about? Are there anything that you feel passionate about? Music, writing, reading, learning, nature, experiencing new food, traveling could be one. When we express ourselves by doing the things that we are meant to be doing, because we all have gifts. We are all born with a certain amount of gifts and talents. Of course, a talent can be developed over time. You can learn. But there are certain things, like look at musicians, for example. I mean, there's some kids that can play the piano at age 3. Don't tell me that that's not a gift from heaven or something. Maybe you have such a gift. This lesson is all about figuring out who you are, what you enjoy doing, what your talents are, what your gifts are. Because when we are not utilizing what we are meant to be, what we are made for, we get sad, or there's a hole missing inside because we're not expressing who we are in the proper way, how we're meant to be. Let's say, for example, I don't know, like this is a microphone, right? This is a microphone. And we know it's a microphone. That's its purpose. It's for me to speak into, and so you can hear me. What if I was not using this and I was just putting it on the shelf and just looking at it, admiring it for what it is, and just forgetting about it sometimes. Like, okay, there's a microphone, don't use it. What good would it be? It's like $200, right? It's a microphone. It is meant to be used as a microphone. It cannot be used in any other way. At least I don't think so. Same thing with you. If you're not utilizing your gifts, it's like there's a piece missing inside you. And it's only when we utilize our gifts and especially discovering the gifts that we have. It's like Christmas all over again. And when we are putting into practice our talents and our gifts, there's this joy that comes over us, and we feel more peaceful inside. Well, not just peaceful, but like we are really excited. I talk to so many people, and they're bored with their life. And then I ask them, well, what are you passionate about? And they feel nothing. They feel absolutely nothing because they haven't discovered what they're meant to do. They haven't discovered what they're really good at. And it's only when we are in full purpose that we become alive. We just become more passionate about living and about life, and we just attract more of the same kind of people. So what do you feel passionate about? Have you ever thought of that? And if you can't think of anything, well, what would you like to be passionate about? You enjoy doing certain thing, but how can you be more passionate about it? What are the opportunities you're seeing or taking? That is number 4 question. So many times we don't see what's in front of us. And sometimes we say no. We say no to a great thing that might be right in front of our eyes because we can't see it. We just cannot see it. But when we start paying attention, when we start to opening up, like I mentioned in the last video, when you open yourself up to opportunities, possibilities, to life itself, great things come. I promise you that. Life becomes so much more exciting. And it's so much more fulfilling. You wake up in the morning and you have a smile on your face because you can't wait to see what the day is going to bring. I wasn't always feeling this way. And so many of my clients did not feel this way before because, no, their power was taken away and they were in pain emotionally most of the time. So, they couldn't even feel anything about any kind of opportunity, any kind of passion about things that they really want to enjoy. They didn't enjoy life. They didn't know how. And maybe you don't know how right now either. But I hope after spending a few videos, watching a few videos, you know, that came with this course, that you're starting to see that if you do all these things I've been teaching, that life can become amazing. It really can. So, what are the opportunities you are seeing or taking? Have you noticed some opportunities? You know, it could be something like a group of friends ask you out. You know, do you want to come to a movie? But you're too depressed, you're too sad, you don't feel like it. So you stay home. But what if you made the decision to put on your big girl pants and, you know, just put your feelings aside and say, yes, I'm forcing myself to go out and enjoy my evening with my great friends. You never know what can happen. But if you stay home and you just feel sorry for yourself, you've missed an opportunity. You've missed an opportunity right then and there to spend time with lovely friends. And who knows who you could have met. You could have met new friends, or you could have, I don't know, maybe a career opportunity would have shown up. Maybe the opportunity of helping another human being would have arose. You never know what can happen. And when you live your life with an open mind, to be open to possibilities, and you're discovering and expressing your gifts, you never know where that will lead you. But there's one thing I can promise you, it will always lead to something magical. Always. Number 5 is, what are you willing to take a chance on? It is very similar to number 4. But what are you willing to take a chance on? Are you afraid of certain things? Are you afraid of love again, for example? Are you afraid of trusting somebody? It could be a friend or a loved one. What are you afraid of? What is holding you back from taking a chance on something that could be amazing for you? It could be a new job. It could be a new adventure. It could be a weekend of camping. Maybe you've never camped before and you're afraid of camping, or you think you might not like it because of an experience way back when. But what if you took a chance and you went camping? You never know. Yeah, maybe you won't like it. Who cares? The point is, you've taken a chance. You have expanded yourself. What's the point in just staying home in your little sardine box of a house or whatever, wherever you live? Maybe you live in a mansion. Who knows? But the thing is, that little box again, I showed you last week, right? Living outside the box, outside of your comfort zone, that's when the magic happens. The magic doesn't happen sitting at home alone on a couch. It happens with other human beings. So what are you willing to take a chance on? to make your life the way you want it, to live peacefully, to live a life of joy and passion and excitement? Or do you want to live a life where you're just stuck? There's so many people are stuck in the rut. That's not living powerfully. No, it's not. And this course is all about taking your power back. And if I'm not teaching you how to take a chance on things and how to discover and express your gifts, I'm not teaching you how to take your power back. Because being in your power and taking it back and being in it means that you know what kind of things you would enjoy. You know who you are. I want so much for you to know who you are, what you're not willing to put up with, and to live fully in your own uniqueness and forgetting other people that don't like who you are. Discover your gifts. Discover every little thing about you. Because you are something specially made. You know, we are all different. You know, when it snows, all these snowflakes, do you know that the scientists, they say that every snowflake is different? There's not one that is similar. We are more than a snowflake. We are human beings. We are fearfully and wonderfully made. I mean, our bodies are so, you know, I'm sitting here talking to you and my heart is beating. I don't have to think about it. It's just beating. I'm breathing normally and I don't have to make that happen. It just happens. I'm digesting the food I ate. Our bodies are just so wonderful and we have a mind. We can think. We're not like animals. We can reason. We can love. There's so much we can do as human beings. It's just a great time to be alive. It's a great thing to be alive. But you know, there's so many people that don't do what it takes to live a wonderful life because they just don't know how. They haven't taken their power back. They're living a miserable life and they don't have to. They just don't have to. And you don't have to either. We've talked in the previous videos that we can create our own life. We just have to decide what kind of life we want to live and make it happen. Other people have done it, so can you. You really have to believe. You must believe that you are made specially, unique. You are unique. And you're beautiful as you are. You must believe that. You know, there's so many beautiful flowers out there. There's so many kinds, different animals, flowers, so many things that are different. And they all have a purpose. And they all are beautifully made, just like you. For a long time, I thought I was ugly. I thought that my nose was so big. No matter how many people told me I was beautiful, and I didn't believe it because I felt so yucky inside. But now I don't feel like that. Yeah, I have my bad days, but who doesn't? But most of the time, this is me. I accept who I am, and I know that I'm special because everybody is special. We just have to discover our own uniqueness. And by doing that, you're taking your power back because then you won't be comparing yourself to other people, you see? Once you know why you have been created, what you like to do, and how you can serve this world or your friends, or like whatever it is that you can do that you enjoy doing, and you start doing that, it's you become such a lovable machine, if I can use the word machine for a human. That's when you're living in your power because you're doing the things you like to do. You're doing everything according to your own values because you can say no to others. You don't have to compromise on things that you don't have to compromise on. You don't have to accept crap because you're living in your own power. You see other people like, I don't know, Oprah Winfrey, for example, or Tony Robbins, or Will Smith, or Angelina Jolie, or whoever, right? I'm mentioning these big names because you probably know who they are. But they've had hard times. They all have had hard times. They've had a hard beginning. And you know what? They took their power and they did something with it. And they are unstoppable now. People that live in their power, first of all, you must take your power back. And that's what you're doing right now. You're learning how to take your power back, and I'm just so thrilled for you. But you as well can be unstoppable, living in your own power. Imagine the things you can do. So discover and express your gifts. That is lesson 5. And I'm going to ask you again, what are you willing to take a chance on? Think about all kinds of opportunities that have come your way and that you said no to. Maybe you said no because you were too afraid, you were too shy, or you felt unworthy, you didn't deserve it. Maybe you have a great decision to make right now. Maybe you have to get rid of some people Sometimes we have to do that to take our own power back. We have to let go of some people, physically speaking, in our life. Because they're hurting us. Take that power back. Take it back. And do something with it. You can be happy. You can live a peaceful life. A peaceful and exhilarating life. A peaceful life does not mean boring. Some people think that, when you're peaceful, it means like everything, there's no excitement. There's, it's like going to a funeral. No. Peace is when you don't have any drama, right? You don't fear. You don't worry. You just live peacefully inside. And you know you're doing the right thing with every decision that you make. Just living in your power. I hope you've been doing your homework. There's just one more video left. And I would like to see your homework. So if you haven't finished any of the homework so far, now's your chance. Before the next video. Because as I said, I have a surprise for you in the next video. Taking your power back is the first step to attracting a healthy relationship. Not just a romantic relationship. It's good for all relationships. It is the first step. If you want to be in a romantic, loving relationship, and you don't want to keep attracting one unhealthy relationship after the next, you have to take that power back. Because if you don't, you're going to be stepped on. You're going to be taken advantage of. You're not going to notice the red flags. You're going to keep compromising and compromising, and it's going to just, what's the word I'm trying to say? It's going to erode your values, When we are a people pleaser, we're not living in our own power. I was a people pleaser most of my life. And it's not selfish to not please people. A people pleaser is somebody who goes above and beyond to try to make other people happy, and they really believe they can make another person happy. You can't make another person happy. That's the thing. No matter what you give that person, if they're not doing the right things, they're not going to be happier. And you can't, it's not living in your power if you just try to find approval from other people. Living in your power means that you know who you are. You know what you're not going to put up with anymore. You can set boundaries, and you do set boundaries, and you don't go over your boundaries. Because each time you will go over your boundaries, it's going to make you feel miserable. And that's not being powerful. I want you to be happy and live a peaceful but an excited life. So many people are doing it, living in their power. And they're attracting many healthy relationships. Right now in my life, I can't say I have an unhealthy person at all. Because I know what it looks like. I know what an unhealthy person looks like now. Before I didn't know that, you see, I didn't know that. Well, I could talk for hours. So as I said, this is lesson 5, and there's one more video left. And before you watch the next video, please, I really, not begging you, but I really want you to finish your homework. Because even though this is a free course, it is a powerful course. So until next time, please do your homework. Again, if you have any questions, you know where to find me. Till next time.